Hello again and welcome back to the Lessons of A Course in Miracles. Today we're going to be doing lesson number 67, Love Created Me Like Itself. Another fantastic one-liner that you get to say all day long and think about what it means to you, and do you really believe it? All right, today's idea is a complete and accurate statement of what you are. This is why you are the light of the world. This is why God appointed you as the world's Savior. This is why the Son of God looks to you for his salvation. He is saved by what you are. We will make every effort today to reach this truth about you and to realize fully, if only for a moment, that it is the truth. In the longer practice period, we will think about your reality and its wholly unchanged and unchangeable nature. We will begin by repeating this truth about you and then spend a few minutes adding some relevant thoughts such as, holiness created me holy, kindness created me kind, helpfulness created me helpful, perfection created me perfect. Any attribute which is in accord with God as he defines himself is appropriate for use. We are trying today to undo your definition of God and replace it with his own. We are also trying to emphasize that you are part of his definition of himself. After you have gone over several such related thoughts, try to let all thoughts drop away for a brief preparatory interval, and then try to reach past all your images and preconceptions about yourself to the truth in you. If love created you like itself, this self must be in you. And somewhere in your mind, it is there for you to find. You may find it necessary to repeat the idea for today from time to time to replace distracting thoughts. You may also find that this is not sufficient and that you need to continue adding other thoughts related to the truth about yourself. Yet perhaps you will succeed in going past that and through the interval of thoughtfulness to the awareness of a blazing light in which you recognize yourself as love created you. Be confident that you will do much today to bring that awareness nearer, whether you feel you have succeeded or not. It will be particularly helpful today to practice the idea as often as you can. You need to hear the truth about yourself as frequently as possible because your mind is so preoccupied with false self-images. 4 or 5 times an hour, and perhaps even more, it would be most beneficial to remind yourself that love created you like itself. Hear the truth about yourself in this. Try to realize in the shorter practice periods that this is not your tiny, solitary voice that tells you this. This is the voice for God, reminding you of your Father and of yourself. This is the voice of truth, replacing everything that the ego tells you about yourself with the simple truth about the Son of God. You were created by love like itself. I think that something that would help with this lesson is to call on Jesus or any of your guides that you really resonate with to help you to really believe this and understand this better. Love created me like itself seems to me kind of like a very esoteric, sort of far out there kind of a concept. And especially like today, I just got back from my trip to Florida, and I thought for sure that I would be like certain exactly where I would move and what was going to happen. But of course, the day that I'm leaving, I get a call from someone in Sedona about a house that I could live in out there, which Sedona was number 1 on my list for a while, and then I sort of shifted away. So it's like now I feel this sort of like confusion and underlying like vitriol in my system today. Like, did I waste my time? I don't really know what's happening. Why can't I decide? Like all these things. And so when I read this, love created me like itself, I almost feel like it doesn't apply to me because I just can't get my mind made up or I can't get my act together. So what I'm planning on doing as I practice this throughout the day is I'm going to call on Jesus, and I'm going to call on my guides. I like to communicate with the Arcturians, Archangel Michael. I also like to call on Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, because I really feel a little screwed up in my head this morning, and it's going to be hard to really drop into this feeling of love creating me like itself. So just want to throw that out there. If you're dealing with something and you can't get peaceful, ask for help, because it's there for us. Okay, let's see what A Year of Forgiveness has to say about Lesson 67, Love Created Me Like Itself. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. Some of the great distortions in the teachings of your society about me claim I am the only being that can be wholly loving. I was the only blessed Son of God. I was special. I was made so different from you that I could accomplish miracles and I could live in heaven forever. Not true, dear ones, not true. You are all the same as me. There is only one road. Some of us are further along the road to love than others, but you are all beloved by the Creator you call God. Now, the Creator you call God is incorrectly defined by all of you. That is okay. We do not worry about details like that. We want you to know that your return to love allows you to redefine God in your mind. It is not about redefining God necessarily first, although there is some implication of that in this lesson. When you tell the truth of the story of who you are in relation to that God and what that God has given you, the ability to create, love, or fear, you have been given absolute freedom. You have flailed around in the ditch of life, we will say. This is a phrase our dear one likes to use when she falls off the path. She refers to herself as flailing around in the ditch, and we think it an appropriate imagery to bring to mind. You do not make progress when you flail around in the ditch. You are caught up in the brambles and the mud and the slipping. You are not moving forward. You are not moving toward love, but that is okay. The path remains there for you, cleared and clarified, but you must climb out of the ditch. And I'm guessing I'm in a little bit of a ditch this morning, so thank you, Tina, for that imagery. One of the things that pushes you in the ditch is your definition of God. You have been taught about a vengeful God. You have been taught to be God-fearing. You have been taught that you cannot trust your inner guidance. Evil is afoot in there. Don't go inside. You will find the darkness, so stay outside. Hand over your power to beings who are very happy to take it from you and very happy to wield it over you. Something for those of you in modern Western society that we really want you to understand is how the powerlessness you see reflected back to you by oppressive governments, increasing rules, and increasingly unloving societies reflects your belief in your powerlessness. You change the world by doing A Course in Miracles. Yes, it's called A Course in Miracles for a reason. The world changes when enough of you turn this training into a miracle-minded thinking by aligning yourself with truth and love, because love holds everything together. Even those who wield power over you love it. It is their love affair with power that gives them the ability to create it. It gives them the ability to create situations and structures in your world that teach you you are powerless and small. You must now take back your awareness of love's presence. You must say, I have the ability to align with love too. What is it that I love? What is it that I want to create? What is it that God speaks to me about through my passions? Is it equality for all races around the planet? Then work toward that. Is it care and love of animals? Then work toward that. Do not battle the evil, but invest your daily life with love of the things you are guided to strengthen and enhance. You must be educated properly to be able to understand your love of something, your passion for something. It doesn't matter whether it's art or animals or organic farming or education. If that is your passion, that is God speaking to you through love. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you tomorrow. So I think that even right there helps me out a little. And what came to mind when we were talking here about what your passion is and like what you want to focus on, I just want to remind everybody, kind of piggyback on what Jesus talked about during the last public channeling, was that if all of us, everyone who's watching this video, feels into this idea of peace across the planet, particularly in these areas that the media is focusing our attention on right now, Russia and Ukraine, and this attempt that the media is making to demonize one side or the other, we really need to just imagine love and peace and people living happily in all areas of the planet and not have any sort of negative emotions toward any so-called enemy, because as we know, that's not the case. So love created me like itself. That's my mantra today, and it is yours as well to do so, that what you wish with it. Good luck to you, and we will see you back again tomorrow.